Joseph, favored son of Israel.
The road to Emmaus. On the third day after Jesus' crucifixion, 2 of his disciples were going to the village of Emmaus. While they walked and questioned each other, Jesus himself came near and walked with them, but their eyes were kept from recognizing him.
What are we going to do now?
I thought he was the one. Why are you walking and talking so sadly?
Don't you know the things that have happened recently in Jerusalem?
What things? The things concerning the prophet, Jesus the Nazarene. The priests and our rulers crucified him.
But we were hoping that he would redeem Israel.
And now it is the 3rd day since these things happened.
Also, some of the women from our group said that he was alive.
Foolish people. Didn't the prophets write that the Son of Man had to suffer these things in order to enter into his glory? Beginning from the law and the prophets, he explained to them in all the scriptures the things concerning himself. This is just one of the stories Jesus could have told. Consider the story of Joseph!
Greetings, Bible nerds. It is I, Artsy Bible Nerd. When last we left our hero, okay, something's happening here. Let me take this opportunity to shout out some people. Thank you for some follows. People who followed me yesterday, Country Girl LTD. Thank you for following yesterday. And Dauntless12, in with the follow 2 hours ago, just before streaming. Country Girl, no, not unlimited, but limited. Country Girl Limited was the 120th follower. She does not get a prize, but she does get the satisfaction of knowing that 119 other people followed before her. So, there's that. And Jade Dauntless 12 gets the 121st position. So thank you everyone for the follows, and I don't want to see new updates. So, because I'm drawling, artin, right the heck now, as we speak. All right, what's my plan? I need a plan. So what we're doing right now, here's what the sketch looks like. All the brothers around the fire, and Joseph has not learned his lesson from the previous telling of his dream. He says, I had another dream. Oh, I groan. Oh, my goodness gracious. The great prophet speaks. Simeon. Go ahead, Joseph. And then he starts to tell his other dream. So that is what we're working on now. So that is what we're going to be working on now. I made some fire, made a big fire, and made one person sitting around the fire so far. So let me do some things here. I think he needs some stripes. He needs to show his colors. This one goes here, and then another one goes, there's a seam that goes down along the side, and then it goes bump, and another bump, and then down like that. So this stripe is going to come from the shoulder, and then bump, another bump. These creases make the bumps. And you have to be parallel going to be affected by gravity, so it's going to have like a teardrop effect on the bumps. Here's a bump around this. I think I need to make this smaller. Smaller. A little smaller. So we can actually see what's going on there. Alright, we don't need that stripe, but let's erase some things that are... We don't need the lines that are making it complicated. Don't need any complications. Here's a bump that goes that way, and that way, and that way. And here's another line. Goes right into the curve of... So let's make another line. One more line. Why not? So this one is not going to be as bumpy as before because it's not quite hitting those folds. And so let's make some black lines over top of that. Actually, I don't believe that's how you sew together a sleeve. I'm changing my mind on the fly. Why? Because I am the artist. This is my character. This is my coat. Based on biblical narrative, based on the Bible. But still, nobody knows exactly what the coat looked like. Nobody has a historical record of what the coat looked like. As a matter of fact, it may not even be a coat with many colors. The translation says it could mean a coat with sleeves. So, what? A coat with sleeves? Is that what they were all excited about? Is that what his brothers were all jealous about? Well, there's more to it than that. There's more to... Because back in Hebron, it was the custom for the next in line to get a special coat in order to show that he was the next in line. And because Joseph was not the oldest, far from it, and the fact that he got this special coat, showing that he's the next in line to be the leader of the family, that is why the brothers were so upset. Because they understood the meaning of the coat. And now you know. And now you know the whole story. The rest of the story. Page 2. For those of you who remember Paul Harvey, and we're rolling. So I finally got my wife, or actually rather, my wife finally had the time to watch episode 2 of Obi-Wan. I'm currently on episode 4, but I watched episode 2 with her. I know that she's the kind of person who does not like cliffhanger endings, and that's what these episodes always give you, is a cliffhanger ending. Episode 2 ended up with Darth Vader swimming in a back to... Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that out loud, because some of you haven't seen it. I think it's too late. What else should I talk about? Instead of spoiling something that may not have seen. So apparently, Doctor Strange is coming to Disney Plus by June 20th is what I heard. Which means I'm not so upset that I didn't see it in theaters. So nobody spoil that for me, please. I think it's too late. I think I already heard something that I didn't want to hear. It's downright impossible not to be spoiled anymore. Not to be spoiled, not for your movie watching to be spoiled anymore, because if you're on the internet at all, you're going to see something you don't want to know. And lo and behold, I did. I learned something. I didn't want to know. And no amount of la 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 la's would change that. It had already been heard. The deed had been done. I had already heard the thing I didn't want to hear. Okay, all right, let's make this part black. Black this out. When in doubt, black it out. That's 2 toes, 3 toes, and 4 toes. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 3, a 5. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef. All right, let's give him some definition in his knees. His shin. Actually, nope, I don't like that line. Let's try that again. Let's split the difference between the inside and the outside of that line. Let's give him some knees. Finish this that way. So because it's going to be nighttime, they're sitting next to the fire. The back of them is going to be... Oh, the Gabe studio is here. Just stopping by to say hello. Have a great stream. Thank you very much, the Gabe studio. I saw you doing some drumming earlier today. Sorry I didn't stay for very long. Thank you for playing my song for me. You're very welcome. So that song, "Living on a Prayer," is very very apropos for my family right now. We sing that all the time. We are living on a prayer, and we mean every single word of that, because we got to pray just to make it today. So, in case you haven't seen, this page is going to be Joseph sitting around the fire with his brothers, and he's telling them about his dream that he had This time it's going to be the dream about the stars, the sun, the moon, and the stars. And Simeon says, "Oh, the great prophet speaks." And Israel the father says, "Simeon." And go ahead, Joseph. So that's where we are right now, and that's how far we have come. We have a big fire in the middle, and I'm working on the ink lines for Joseph. Amazing job, my friend. Love it. Thank you very much. Followed on Instagram. Thank you very much. Wow. Thank you so much. I'm a bassist as well. So I play guitar and bass. So I enjoy watching you play some drums. I also follow the Tangerine Club. So that's where I found out about you. So keep up the drumming. Keep it up, keep it up. All right, so let's do a stripe down here. Here's a shoulder. Much love from Brazil. You are very welcome. Have a great stream. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for viewing. All right, so let's get back to drawing. The middle one, the middle finger is going to be the longest, so let's make everything smaller than that, and a little smaller than that. And this one, slightly smaller. That's the pointer finger, the pointer sisters. And what's going on here? What is going on underneath the hand? So there should be some kind of dip here. We'll make that black. I got to work some things out. I got to work out what's going to happen underneath. So let's use some pencil lines to do that. Let's make them gather underneath the hand right there. So now we'll take the ink lines let's connect these two lines. The shadow is going to hide a lot of stuff that we don't know. We just don't know. We just don't know what's going on in the shadows. We don't know how these lines connect. And here's the hand. Let's do the thumb first. try that again. Give it more of an angle. There we go. Let's make this all dark. You're not going to see a lot, as much as you do at night as you do during the day. So you should expect some things to be dark. All right, so let's do some inking over here with the fire. Tell you what, while I'm here, let's make this mostly black. How about all of it, make it black, paint it black. Let's start with the facial muscles first. This is going to go like that, and then this goes here, and then this goes up like that. He doesn't have a beard. So starting from here, most of everything is going to be in the dark. In the dark, in the dark, in the dark. So these are going to be some sharper shadows than usual. So all these muscle groups, I'm going to put them halfway. Actually, this one, let's make that 3/4 in the dark. Big shadow here. Shadow underneath the nose, underneath the lips, with his hair. And now this gives me the information I need for the hat. I think it was a little too hasty making that all black. And give it some hatching. And then we're going to make this part all black because of science. Why? Because science. All right, so we're back to 12 point. Let's do some of this. And now all this other stuff that I've already blocked out, let's take care of that. Looks like a raccoon. Rocky Raccoon stepped into his room, only to find Gideon's Bible. All right, so let's give this some depth under here, and then round that out a little bit. And let's give it some hatching so it doesn't look like it's makeup. It looks like it's a mime. Don't want that. That's not the look we're going for. The mime look is not what we're going for. it's possible that I may not like the whole backlit thing. I may just shade this normally. I know scientifically it would look something like this, or maybe I'm just doing it wrong. It's summertime, which means that the flies and insects are buzzing around me, buzzing around my drawing elbow. I'm just saying. Why you gotta be such a bug? Bug? Okay, I think I like it. When you look back, So, as soon as everything else is put in place, I think it's gonna look good. I think it's gonna look right. Let's do a little bit more squiggles, squigglies. So what I do in the summer to cool off my arms is I rub rubbing alcohol instead of water all over my arms. I don't know if it's right, but that's what I do. I don't know if that's the best thing, but that's what's available. That is what I'm doing now. I think I need some neck anatomy. Something's not going on with this neck. Nope, that's not it. Erase this neck. Erase that. We need some more information going this way. All right, so that's his clavicle. Let's make it dark because it's nighttime. So I've come to the decision that my summer schedule is going to be I'm going to stream as much as I can in the summer. So that means every night, if I can't do 2 hours, then I'll do an hour and a half. So I do have to do some taxi driving for my daughter, picking her up from band practice and bring her home, and that means I'm going to be later with the stream on Mondays and Thursdays. But I will be on, so if you're wondering when to catch me, I will be on eventually, around 10 o'clock or 10:30. All right, so we're going to make this dark, that part dark. I forgot that I was going to do a lot of shading. I didn't have to draw all these stripes. So his leg, here's this where the hip comes from. We're going to make all that dark. All that is in the dark. And then the bottom of the leg is going to come this way, and then there's going to be folds. So everything underneath here is dark. Very dramatic. I'm quite pleased with this effect, with this, all this nighttime. All these nighttime high contrast shadows. So I think for this one, I'm not going to make it as, because this is just an indentation. Actually, for here, I'm just gonna, before I forget, just do some hatching right there, right the heck now. And right here, right here. So now let's do some hatching from the light into the dark. Same thing over here. I'm very pleasantly surprised at how well that turned out. Thank you so much. Thank you, God. And let's put all this in the dark as well. I shouldn't be that surprised. I knew in theory that this would work out, but it's not often that I draw people in the dark. As a matter of fact, I don't believe I ever have. To my recollection, I usually draw people in the sun with excellent lighting or excellent studio lighting. Even though they're outdoors and it's raining, there's this excellent studio light that they happen to be staring into. Because storytelling, because you have to tell a good story, have to let the audience see what they're looking at. They do it all the time in movies. When someone's whispering, when they do a stage whisper on screen, nobody else can hear them except for the viewers that are listening to them whisper very loudly enough so the camera can pick it up and the microphone can pick it up. Oops. There are some things I just can't let go. Some things I just have to take care of right then and now. We are scribbling. All right, let's make this brush a bit bigger, a wee bit bigger. everything flat because he's sitting on the ground. And now let's go back to the smaller brush, number 12. I'm really not sure what these numbers stand for. Do they mean millimeters rather? Do they mean points? 12-point brush. I do not know. I do not know. These are the questions that I ask. Okay, so let's... So now here's the confusing part. So if I do it from away from the fire, then I should cut it in half this way. Yeah, that's the answer. Surprisingly easy choice. Today is Wednesday night. Every day of the summer feels like it's Friday. When is it going to be really Friday? Real Friday. Not tonight. Hatching, hatching, hatching. Hatching. Not a bird. Not hatching birds here. All right, let's see how that looks without the blue lines. And okay, we've got some work to do on his chest, his left hand. measuring halfway with my eyeballs instead of, so usually in sunlight I'm measuring a quarter of the way is where I start shading, but next to firelight I'm measuring halfway. It's going to be a dramatic amount of shading. And it's something that my whole being is fighting against because it's something I'm not used to doing. All right, phew. That was painful. Painful fighting against myself. Hatching, more hatching, more hatching. All right, I like it. So now, this side of the lapel should be a dark, thick black line. With hatching. I can't believe it's been an hour already. Let's erase this, and then we'll do some hatching on it. So that line originally was supposed to be a color line, but now I'm using it as a crease. And some of these can be creased out. Creased out. I think I just made up a term. And we're saving? Yeah. Preparing. Always preparing. Whether or not it is scientifically true, just make it artistically true. Make it because it's more pleasing to the eye to have something going on the front of the jacket instead of nothing going on the front of the jacket. So this sleeve, we're gonna have some cross hatching happen on the other side of the sleeve. Oh, Artsy Designs. Why can't we just go? Somebody understood what I was talking about. Hello, how are you, Artsy Designs? Good to see you. Thank you for Order 66. I must admit, I have to confess that I have not actually seen the movie. I just know that one line. I know that one part of the movie. Friends at work, keep repeating that part of the movie. So this is how far we're at right now. Joseph is in front of the fire. I don't know if you've seen this yet or not. This is the next day or a different day. And Joseph is telling about his next dream. He said, I had another dream. Groan. Oh, goodness. The great prophet speaks, says Simeon. Simeon, let Joseph speak. Go ahead, Joseph. So that is what I'm working on right the heck now. So I got the fire roaring in the middle. And then we got Joseph. I'm working on this backlit version of shading. It's very, very dark because it's at night and there's a fire in front of him. So at first I didn't like it, but I think I'm growing into it. And the more reference that we see around him that everything is dark should show what's going on. So the back of his hand should really be dark. So let's make it so. So how are you, Artsy Designs? How are things in your neck of the woods? Can't complain. Excellent. Good to hear. Have to continue that line because let's show some depth here on the toes. Been learning about Lego investing. Excuse me? Lego investing. Did I read that correctly? I think I need more information about Lego investing. Does that mean you invest in the company of Lego? Who does make Legos anyway? Is that... It's not owned by somebody else. It's not owned by Mattel or something. Buying sets that are retiring and reselling for profit. Oh, I see. Well, good luck with that. I had this cockamamie scheme of buying and selling Star Wars action figures. And it seems easy. Seems like, oh, well, there's going to be a demand for these action figures. All I have to do is buy them up when they're available. Maybe I just need to be a little bit more patient. I have one. I think what's the name of that guy in Rogue One? The Force is with me. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. He was blind, but he was Force sensitive. Anyway, I got that guy. I got him. And apparently he's worth more now than he was when I bought him. I also saw that somebody, I forget who it was, but this guy with the largest action figure collection in the world, in his formerly his garage, which is now a museum. He says, buy them because you love them. Buy the figures because you love them, not because they're going to make any money, because sometimes they don't. I bought a whole mess of Cassian Andor figures, and now they're not worth much. So maybe I shouldn't invest in anything. I don't think I'm the investing type. I'm always selling off my investments. All right, now what? Now, am I done with this? I think I'm done with this. Looking it over again. Now, let's work on this fire. That's why you're switching to Lego. Because why? Because they don't go up and down, they don't fluctuate as often. Or because you're in love with Legos, or yes and yes. Okay. Lego is becoming more and more popular. I just saw an article saying how popular they're becoming recently. It's becoming more and more cool to become a nerd. Nerddom is becoming nerddom is the new black. So what Lego sets do you have? I did try to do some of that with a collector comic. I have Captain America 25. You have Bro Thor's and Asgard's house. Ooh, new Asgard house. Okay. From the movie or from the comic? From the movie, Speed Champion Lambo. Speed Champion Lambo. I do not know of what you speak. I know not of what you speak. All right, these are twigs. Let's make some choppy lines for twigs. Car, all of the Muppet minifigures. Okay, ooh. I didn't know that Lego made minifigures of the Muppets. My wife is a huge Muppet fan. The first Comic-Con that I went to was all because my wife wanted to see the Sesame Street actors. So I said, oh, well, while we're there, I may as well go see some people that I want to see. And I'm not going to mention this guy's name because I learned that my hero is a jerk. I learned that, people are human. Just because they're good artists or writers or comic creators doesn't mean that they're awesome people. So just new to this. Muppet minifigs are at Walmart for $5 each. Oh. But they're in bags, so you don't know which one you're getting. By the way, there are 12. There are 12 figurines. Interesting. Very interesting. I do have a closet full of I have some figures of Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, from the original movies. I have not opened those. I have autographed concert program from Warrior of Light 77777 is rating with a party of 5. Dragonheart, hello. Greetings. How are you? So this is what I've done so far today. So for those of you who are new to the stream, thank you, Warrior of Light, first time chat, 777. I am a Christian comic artist. Allow me to show you my trailer. Where's my trailer? Where did I put it? Here it is.
Joseph, favored son of Israel. The road to Emmaus. On the third day after Jesus' crucifixion, 2 of his disciples were going to the village of Emmaus. While they walked and questioned each other, Jesus himself came near and walked with them, but their eyes were kept from recognizing him.
What are we going to do now?
I thought he was the one. Why are you walking and talking so sadly?
Don't you know the things that have happened recently in Jerusalem?
What things? The things concerning the prophet, Jesus the Nazarene. The priests and our rulers crucified him.
But we were hoping that he would redeem Israel.
And now it is the 3rd day since these things happened.
Also, some of the women from our group said that he was alive.
Foolish people. Didn't the prophets write that the Son of Man had to suffer these things in order to enter into his glory? Beginning from the law and the prophets, he explained to them in all the scriptures the things concerning himself. This is just one of the stories Jesus could have told. Consider the story of Joseph!
All right. Sorry for being silent there. Didn't want to interrupt the video. But thank you very much for the raid. Thank you for the follow. I just followed you back. Word of Light 777. Thank you for bringing your family to the stream. So what is happening on this page is Joseph is telling his story of his second dream on a different day. He says, I had another dream. Groan. The great prophet speaks, says Simeon. And then Israel says, Simeon, now let Joseph speak. And then he says, go ahead, Joseph. And then he goes on with the rest of his story. So that is what the sketch looks like. This is what the ink, the finished pencils. Right now I'm working on the fire, and I was working on the putting him right next to the fire. Dragonheart says, I could be better. I oversketched myself, then went beyond that because I'm too stubborn for my own good. You oversketch. Okay. Well, my process is this is a 3x5 card, so it's just working out the what do you call it, the composition. I want to know where the things go. Where do things go in order to make a good composition? And then after that, I use the blue pencil lines in order to figure out, because there's a lot of things that need to be worked out before we put down the black ink lines. And then the finished lines are the ones that are made in black. So that is my process. I'm sticking to it. For now, that is my process, and I'm sticking to it. So right now, just before you raided, was making some fire, and I'm going to hydrate right now. Testing, 1, 2, testing. All right, so. Oh, not sketch, stretch. I did a 20-mile bike ride and coated myself pretty serious pain. Oh, no. Yeah, I was playing some, I wouldn't say playing basketball, just shooting free throws with my son, with my 12-year-old, not competitively, just, shooting free throws, and I pulled something. I pulled my calf muscle, my gastrocnemius, one of my favorite muscles to say. So I understand the importance of stretching. I don't expect to exert myself so much, so I don't bother stretching. I'm not playing with adults. I'm not in the NBA. I'm just playing with this 12-year-old kid who wants to get out of the house. But stretching is important, kids. Learn from my mistakes. Then I continued to do a 10-mile walk afterwards because I'm so stubborn. Is that your cool down, your 10-mile walk? I walk 3 miles a day on purpose with no destination. Yeah, I came to the conclusion that 3 miles is my limit. Not because I couldn't walk more than 3 miles, but I have other things to do. And But I don't mean to. I'm not looking down my nose at you for walking 10 miles and after your bike ride. I'm just saying. Uh, Artsy can't stay long. Need some shut eye. Thank you for stopping by Artsy Designs. See you in the morning on Flat Cap Dapper Pastor. Hopefully I'll be there tomorrow. That's my daily normal. Yes. Dragon. Something tells me you may not have any kids. Because you have time to walk 10 miles a day. But I really should have stopped. Yep, I understand. I know. Stubborn. Stubborn, stubborn, stubborn. Okay, we got some logs on the fire. I learned some things about how to build a fire. By drawing a fire, I learned how to build a fire. The more you draw stuff in life, the more you learn about life. You can't draw someone's body without knowing about anatomy. You can't draw, a machine without knowing how that machine looks and how that machine works. You do not have kids. But you are the oldest of 12. Oh my. May God bless your parents. That's all I have to say. All right, so working on these logs. It's log, it's log. So I looked up I wanted to know how to draw a fire. So I looked up some Google images and I found, not only did I find an image of a fire, but a website on how to build a fire that will last you throughout the night. And I'm pretty sure that the Israelites would have known how to do that. So they stacked the wood in a pyramid similar to this and started the fire at the top. I put more flames on the bottom just so it would look cool on the paper in the book, but I'm pretty sure that they might not have done it that way in real life. I have like 4 dads because my mom only takes husbands for money and dumps them. Oh my. Okay, well, I'll pray for you. Is this the same Dragonheart who's already on my prayer list because you damage yourself? You throw yourself off of off of buildings just for thrills. Claims she's a Christian. I know the truth on that, though. Wow. Let me check my Discord. Allow me to check my Discord. Something tells me this is the same Dragonheart that I spoke to the other day. I'm embarrassed that I don't remember all the people that I'm praying for. Prayer requests. Yes, it is you. Yes, it is. Yep. I don't know what to say. I really do not know what to say. But let's pray right the heck now, shall we? Father God, I just pray for Dragonheart. I thank you for his heart. I thank you for him dropping in and rating. Thank you for... I pray for his parents. I pray for his mom. Giving me the vibes of the woman at the well. What Jesus said to her, you have no husband, and you are correct, because the husband you have is not even your husband. I pray for the whole household. I pray that Dragonheart can be a light to the whole household, that many of his brothers and sisters can become Christians, and maybe we can start with the mom. I don't know how you're going to work in his life, but I pray you do. In the name of Jesus Christ we pray. Amen. I understand that better than most. All in God's time. All in God's timing. I have my own family prayers. My family are not Christians at all. They are Muslims and don't want to hear anything about Christianity. They think they've seen all the Christianity that they can handle. They think they've seen all the hypocrisy of the Christians, saying one thing and living another way, and they're not wrong about that. But I think they need to see a Christian who is actually doing what they say that they are doing. So not to be a downer. Not to be a Debbie Downer. All right, so I think if I... Let's see what this looks like without the pencil lines. I like the logs. I'm not happy with the flames, though. What can I do with the flames? Why do they not look like flames? Maybe they need a dark core in the middle of them. So I'm only going to be streaming tonight until midnight. So going to be having my practice is going to be 2 hours, either 2 hours or 1 hour and a half per night. So tonight it's going to be 2 hours until midnight. All right, let's see what that looks like. That looks better. I think that looks better with those dark, whatever you call it. I'm not a fire expert. I should probably get to bed. My pain isn't going away, even with 2 different painkillers. One is meant for broken bones. Oh my. Okay, yeah, you go. You just get to bed there. I'm not gonna stand in your way. Thank you for dropping in. I'm glad I got the opportunity to pray for you. If anyone else, any of Warrior of Light, wants any prayer requests, feel free to drop them into the chat. And before we leave, I'm going to pray for everyone who wants a prayer. Making wood look like wood. Got some grain here. I also have to wake up early in the morning tomorrow. Gotta take my daughter to the doctor. My daughter doctor. Daughter. Doctor for my daughter. Yeah, so much fun. It limits everything. There are people who work as stuntmen who do what you did for money. Something tells me you didn't do it for money. Something tells me you did it for free. All right, we're done with that layer of wood. Thank you very much. Have a good sleep. And then there were 4. I know there's gonna be some brighter days. That song has been in my head for quite some time, for many, many hours. I know there's gonna be some brighter days. The radio has been speaking to me lately as if they know that I need some encouragement. There's a lot of people who need encouragement, so writing encouragement songs will usually fit the bill. Recently, after COVID, We got the inflation going on. We got the war going on. People need to be encouraged. This has to be a curve. Gonna make that a curve, and then send that back into the depths. I know what I meant to say. All right, because I have to wake up so early tomorrow, I'm going to raid out right the heck now. Let's find someone to raid. Let's use the discover option. Let's discover who else is available. Someone's going to actually appreciate 3 viewers. Reformed Jedi is available. Let's go raid Reformed Jedi. He's playing Fortnite. Oh, by the way, I forgot. I have a raid command. Let's see if that actually works. Go ahead and... Oh, let's use raid 2. It didn't work. Why did it not work? Fine. It's not my fault. I said I fixed it. Fine. Nope. Reformed Jedi. Let's search for Reformed Jedi. Playing Fortnite. Let's start the raid. All right, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for showing up. Let's go raid Reformed Jedi with 3 viewers in 3, 2, 1, now.
We are being bad at Fortnite tonight. How are you doing? How was your stream? is good. Right, I gotta figure out where I had... No, we are in zone. Working on page 13 of 22. Art. Ooh, fun. A rift. And big pots. I sense a disturbance in the force. And I've got a fragging wolf on me, don't I? That's a bot. That's gotta be a bot, man. Come on! Little nugget. Whee! Whee! I don't even know where this guy is. There he is. Come on. Come on, Nugget. Hello, Poppet. Thank you for being dead. Yeah, I'm exposed and I don't like it. All right, I need some heals. No. Prop disguise? You don't say. Guy in a truck on the left. Hey! Put on the red signal, mother. Welcome on in. Oh, we got a car incoming. ways to get to. Somebody right there. Okay. Ah, such a slow shotgun. I thought the gold would have helped, but it was such a slow shotgun. All right, the pumps are useless. The pumps are useless. Good to know. Good to know. All right, I got a couple more kills than I anticipated in that, though. I'm not upset with it. I'm not. What did we earn in our career? Economy simulate. Oh, spent 250. Oh, how nice. I'm stimulating the economy. As I do. The striker will actually misfire. That's awesome. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Well, we'll never use that gun again.